Hey everybody, welcome back to For Horror's Sake, and these are my thoughts on Renfield. Now this is something I wanted to start doing, is kind of like giving my thoughts on movies that we just see, that are newly out, and just throwing that out there. I mean, my opinion matters very little if you're going to go see something or not, and you should base your opinion on what you like. If you're like, hey, the movie looks like shit, I'll never see it. Hey man, don't go see it. Just listen to my little review, and if you think maybe that will change my mind, go check it out. But I will basically tell you, see it, skip it, stream it. Now, I don't know if that's ever been used. It probably has, because that's like a nice little 3 S's. But see it, hey, go to the theaters, see it. Skip it, you don't ever gotta watch it, because it's kind of poop. Or stream it. I mean, it's totally good to wait for it to come out on streaming. And this will be spoilers, but I mean, it's not like a massive hidden story like who Ghostface is or anything like that, so there should be no surprises. I mean, we got Nicolas Cage as Dracula. He's going to be killing people. We got Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, and then Awkwafina, which is weird, as Rebecca, the police officer, and that's kind of your 3 mains. We also got Ben Schwartz as Teddy Lobo, and it was very weird to see him in that role that he played after doing Sonic's voice. You can kind of close your eyes and you can hear Sonic up there saying those things. It's pretty funny. So those are your 3 main, lead people. The movie starts off being narrated, of course, by Renfield, Nicholas Hoult, telling his history with Dracula until the present. And I really liked how they went back to the 1931 Bela Lugosi Dracula, and they put Nicolas Cage in that spot, and Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, and recreated those shots. That was I liked it. It was like a little bit of nostalgia of like, oh, we've seen Dracula, and that's just neat to see it that way. So that's basically what they're going off of, is the original Dracula of like, okay, this is what happened till now, and just the struggles he's had with basically being a thrall to Dracula for like 70 or 80 years or something like that. And as everyone's seen, if they've seen the commercial, he goes to a self-help group that's for codependence and things like that. That kind of helps them get over, abusive boyfriends, bosses, and just being able to stand up for themselves. And they really help him pull his life together and be able to stand up to Dracula. Now, there is a surprising amount of gore in this movie. Like, you wouldn't think, like, hey, they would go heavy. They went very heavy. What I really didn't like about it was the CGI. It was also, I'm going to say like 80% of the gore, maybe higher, was CGI blood. And that, you can tell. It's not like, oh, that's CGI blood. It was like CGI, like the Thing prequel thing was CGI type of bad, where you're like, oh, that's CGI. They did use some practical stuff. John caught that whenever... Now, spoilers are going to be coming in, so be ready. Right at the beginning, whenever he gets caught on fire and he burns down to a skeleton, they used a puppet and stuff for that. John said he really liked that. And a lot of the makeup effects they used whenever he was healing from that, as the stages went, looked really nice. I like that. Awkwafina, really weird love interest. Because that's basically kind of what it is like leading lady love interest. Because, I don't know, she's not a hefty girl at all. I'm a big guy. But she holds herself frumpy, like very hunched over and blocked over, and just, ugh. It was a weird choice, that's all I'm going to say. But she didn't do a bad job. I mean, it was weird to see her as a cop, and just how she acted as a cop, but it'd be a lot stranger in a more serious movie. But honestly, this is just a turn your brain off, fun, good movie. I mean, we all know Dracula, yeah? We all know Renfield, yeah? Okay. That's all you need to know. There's nothing else you need to know. I mean, it is just, you just turn it off and watch. There's just fun. It's only, I think it's an hour and 30 some minutes or something like that. I could be off, because I was looking at the hours of something else earlier, so so it might be a little off, but it's not very long. Like I think it is like an hour and 30 minutes, so it is just a fun time, just a fun sit down popcorn movie. His best way to describe it is you sit down with your popcorn and you just watch it. Just like Cocaine Bear was. People loved Cocaine Bear. That is just a popcorn movie. Turn your brain off and watch. But out of the 5 people that saw it, it was me, Chess, Big John, Desi, and I invited my buddy Scott Monster Perry, from Mad Monster and stuff like that. I was like, hey man, we're going to be out. If you want to come, cool. I don't want to pressure nothing. We all watched it, and we all had the same, you go in with low expectations because, it is a Nicolas Cage movie, and he is a very hit and miss guy, but they let Nicolas Cage do what he wanted. Kind of like in Mom and Dad, Mandy, Color Out of Space, those movies. He did a good job in those movies. He did a good job as Dracula. He actually did a really good job speaking with those teeth in. Because if you've seen any of the trailers or the posters, he has those rows and rows of like shark teeth and stuff like that. And those are just prosthetics. Well, being in the haunt industry, knowing how people wear those prosthetics, because Desiree wears them all the time, and then she tries to talk to you, it's a headache because it's very hard to understand them. But I'm sure those are probably like, $2,000 or more prosthetics he has in his mouth, so it probably is easier to speak. But he did a good job of clearly speaking, so that was good. And I think he just did a good job as Dracula. Holt did a really good job as Renfield. I'd like to see him in more horror stuff. He's been in Renfield. You got The Menu. He played Tolkien in the Tolkien story. He played, he's Beast in all the. There's Kelsey Grammer that played Beast the one time, and now he's been Beast after that. Don't forget, he is. I think it's R. Was his name R in Warm Bodies, stuff like that. So he's been in the horror industry area. I'd like to see him in more. I like him. There's just something about him. He's a handsome fella. And like I said, the only character that I just felt weird about being the love interest was Awkwafina. But she did fine. She did a good job at what she did. So all in all, I would say it's a see it for me. I give it like 4 bloody VHS tapes out of 5. It's fun. Like, it's a movie that I would watch every couple years probably. If somebody was like, hey, you want to watch Renfield? I'm like, oh yeah, put it on. Because like I said, that is a movie you don't have to pay attention to. You could be off doing something and, say you're cooking or, putting something together, wrapping gifts, just whatever. And it's on. It's good background noise and stuff like that because it's a fun movie. But I guess that's not really a review. I mean, it's the best I got. I guess these will get better as we go. It's probably going to take a few to kind of get it down. But I'm going to say see it. Like I said, see it. Do yourself a favor. If you like just a fun, gory, good time that you'll never have to think about, there's no, message in there other than maybe stand up for yourself. Other than that, it's just a fun movie to watch. If you watch this, I appreciate it. If you liked everything, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Really hope to see you guys next time.